Curiosity Raiders. This is going to take your English level from level 6 to probably like a level 10. This activity actually makes you curious and you're actually raiding. What are you raiding? Objects, ideas, words, each and everything. Now, you must have seen a lot of people when they talk. First, they sound like robots. Second, they try to say something, then they fumble, but they don't really have a substance. When I say substance, I mean they don't have the depth of what they are saying. They just talk surface level. What is surface level? They talk like this surface level thing. For example, if I talk about a stranger, all I can pretty much say is like whether they're a boy or a girl, a human being, they're not an animal. So this is like a surface level thing. I don't know much about them. But if I talk about my friend, I know a lot about them. So I can really talk about my friend in terms of like what do they eat, what do they like, whatever I know because I know them. So when you learn to differentiate between talking from a surface level perspective to a perspective where you're talking from depth, where you have actually knowledge about something, that is when people start taking you seriously. This is why this activity is really important, because where a lot of people are getting lost in the surface level things, that's why nobody's taking them seriously. Now you, my friend, you're going to learn how to talk about something in details, how to talk about the details about anything, whether it's a word, an idea, an emotion, an object, whatever it is. You are going to raid your curiosity about that word, whatever that word is, whether it's a microphone. So you're going to ask different questions, what it does, why is it like that, what color is it, what shape is it. That's what curiosity is. Oh, there's a girl, what does she like, why is she wearing that color, what does she do, something like that, right? So you have a boss, you have a manager. Okay, what does he like to do, why is he like that? So basically we're asking all the relevant questions and we're trying to answer all the relevant questions. Let's get into the details now. So this is more like an adventure map. When you look at an object, you try to understand, oh, okay, what does it do? Why is it like this? Why is it colored black? What else can it do? What is it similar to? So basically, we are hunting, we are raiding for the details that other people might miss. Why are the edges round, not slanted? Why are these round edges? Why is it in this shape, like a cube shape? Like this is more like a cube shape. Why is it not in some other shape? We are hunting for the details. And this is what makes you different from all the other people. When you start questioning things, why is it like that? Why is it like this? Why does it do that? What does it really do? And what it is similar to? That's a very important question as well. What is it similar to? Now, why this activity important for you? It actually trains your brain to notice every little detail about each and everything that is relevant to you, that is something you're going to talk about without you freezing about anything. It also helps you, break free from the grammar prison. You don't need to worry about the vocabulary. You just need to answer these basic questions. Okay, what does it do? Why does it do that? So you don't really think about vocabulary as much, you think about the answers. Okay, why is it like that? So it's just pure exploration. You're just exploring ideas, things, emotions, just trying to understand the world in English. Like a baby, exactly like a baby. So this activity actually helps you build imagination, confidence, and vocabulary without memorization. It is actually like, you're putting English to use. And this is what I always talk about. You have to put English to use if you want to get better at English. How does it help you from vocabulary? Let me show you how. This is a pen. Now, for example, let's say if I don't remember the specific word pen, but I still wanna call it out, but I still wanna, tell you that I'm talking about a pen without saying the word pen. How do I do that? Well, I'm just gonna describe it. I'm gonna tell you what it does. For example, if I don't say pen, what can I say? I can say that it's a metallic object and we use it to write on the paper. I can say that. When I say that, you probably already understand, okay, you're talking about a pen. But that's not it. I can add more details to it. I've only talked about what it does. And I've talked about what it does and how it looks like. So what it does, we use it to write on the paper. How it looks like, it's a metallic object. It's a metallic object and it looks like a pencil. So I'm answering the question, what it is similar to. It looks like a pencil. We use it for writing and it's a metallic object. So now you understand that I'm actually talking about a metallic pen that we use for writing. Make sense? That's all you have to do. Another great example could be, let's say this is not a pen, let's say this is a thermometer. What we use to check our temperature when we have a fever. Now, how do I describe that? Simple. It's like a stick. Thermometer is like a long stick with numbers written on it. So first I describe it Then I explain what it does. What it does, we use the stick to measure temperature. Third, I can also answer it. How do we use it? We put it under our tongue. We use it like we put it under our tongue, simple. And it tells you whether you're hot or cold. So I've just answered a couple of questions, how it looks like, what it does, how it looks like a stick. What it does, checks the temperature. What is it similar to? Like a stick. What else? That's pretty much it. When I say these things, you understand, okay, you must be talking about a thermometer. That's the activity. Think of it like a Viking. You know, Vikings, the people, the tribe who used to raid other tribes to, get their jewelry, get their money, and all of that in the early ages. Whenever you see a new object, you're gonna have to do this, and we're gonna give you a lot of objects. So, but we're gonna train you now on different objects. We're gonna do this Viking raid, the curiosity raid. Oh, what does it do? How does it look like? What is it similar to? We're gonna ask these simple questions to understand what are we talking about, and to help you get rid of that vocabulary phase. So now you know that whenever you are not able to say a specific word, for example, roof. You have roof. One time it actually happened. I was taking a class, and this girl, she told me that she was not able to think of that word, roof, the ceiling. So I just told her, if you don't remember a word, just describe it. Roof, right? What is it? It's just a wall on the ceiling above your head. It's a wall. A roof is just a wall. Let's take another example. Wallet. We're going to do it in 3 steps, and these 3 steps are exactly what you're going to follow for your activity as well. First, what does it do, or how do you use it? So wallet, you use a wallet, or a wallet is used to carry money, ID cards, other things, money, ID cards, and ID, etc., metro cards, whatever. So basically you use the wallet to store these things. Second, what does it look like? What does it feel like? So what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does a wallet look like now? So it's for example, if we talk about this wallet, it's a small rectangular shaped leather. It's a leather, brown or green, whatever color wallet yours is, object with corners. It is a leather, rectangular shaped leather object. That's what it is. That's how it looks like. How does it feel like? It's leather. How does it look like? Rectangular shape. Color, brown, green, red, whatever color you have. Third, what it is similar to. Now, what it is similar to? Can you think of something that this is similar to? जो इसके जैसा है, क्योंकि कई बार हमें समझाने के लिए बताना पड़ता है, that thing that this is similar to this. What is this similar to? Think about it. Think about this. So you can either say like this is like a small bank that you can put in your pocket to store your money, or in other words, you can also say it's a tiny organizer for your essentials, right? So it's an organizer for your essentials. If that's too hard for you, you can just use the first one, the first sentence that I gave you. It's like a small bank you keep inside your pocket. So it's like similar to a bank, because you use a bank to store money. You also use a wallet to store money. So it's similar to that, but not exactly that. It's similar. This is where a lot of people get confused when we talk about what it is similar to. तो यहाँ पे आपको इस चीज को बहुत अच्छे से समझना है. For example, this is similar to a pencil. So for the activity, this is what we're going to do. You see down here, we have a lot of objects. So we're going to pick one by one. For example, this one,